will see. You will see.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a back to school makeup look. I'm actually doing two-in-one makeup looks, I guess. I do a more natural everyday makeup look that I personally did while I was in high school. It's literally what I did while I was in high school and it took me 5 minutes every single day. I got it down really fast and I only had to wake up like 10 minutes before I left for school. It was awesome. But I also included a more kind of fun look, the one that I'm wearing right now, in case you want to play up your makeup a little bit, because this is what I would do on days that I just wanted to feel a little bit extra made up. You get me? I do use all drugstore products in this tutorial. I know you guys have been asking for a drugstore makeup tutorial for a while now, and here it is. Also, they're all cruelty-free brands, which if you didn't know, I only use cruelty-free makeup products anymore. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Let's get started. So you're going to want to start with a freshly washed and moisturized face, and I did recently suffer with a pretty mediocre breakout. This is kind of bad for me, but I almost didn't want to film, but then I thought might as well do a back to school makeup tutorial because this is what my skin looked like in high school and this is what I had to deal with. So it's kind of like the perfect situation. So first I'm going to start off with a primer. I use the green color correcting primer from NYX. You don't have to use a green color correcting primer. I just wanted to get rid of some of the redness. And then I'm going in with my NYX HD Concealer in 02. And I'm creating triangles underneath my eyes and down the sides of my nose and patting that in with the damp Real Techniques sponge. You can get this sponge for $5 at the drugstore and it is really good. It's super comparable to the actual Beauty Blender. I do love my Beauty Blender the most, but this one is also good. I use it all the time. And then I'm going to go on the high points of my face just to cover up any of the redness that is anywhere on my face. Pat that in with my Beauty Blender. And then I'm going to take this Come Correct Concealer by Wet n Wild, which is one of my favorite blemish concealers because it's super thick and it has great coverage, and I really like thicker concealers for blemish areas because the highlighting concealers that I use are pretty thin and they just don't have as good as coverage. So I'm just going to pat all of that in with my ring finger and cover it up as best as I can. It's not going to be super full high coverage, but it is going to camouflage the blemishes. Then I'm going to take the COVERALL Press Powder by Wet n Wild. I use this stuff like crazy. I seriously use it in my everyday routine. It's one of my favorite powders. I'm actually going to pat that in on the blemishes and on any of the places that I put concealer with the Beauty Blender. And then I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and take the rest of that powder and just swipe it over my face. Then with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which has the best scent in this world, it smells so good, I'm just going to warm up the outsides of my face. I really love this bronzer because it's so subtle and it works for pretty much anyone, and it just smells so freaking good. I just can't resist it, okay? Then with the NYX Blush in Mauvin Out, which is actually one of my favorite blushes as well, I'm just going to put that on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm going to take my favorite drugstore highlighter ever, which is the NYX Strobe of Genius highlighting palette. I'm going to take that lightest color and put it on the high points of my cheeks, on my brow bone, on my nose, cupid's bow, and chin. And putting highlighter on is super essential, especially when you put on a bunch of powder. It just brings back the life to your face. It doesn't make you look so one-dimensional. I love the look of this highlighter. Then to fill in my brows just a little bit, I'm not going to go super crazy. I'm using the NYX MicroBrow pencil in Taupe, which is actually my favorite brow product as of lately. I love this stuff. It matches my brow color perfectly and it's so easy to work with because the pencil is super thin and it's not super extremely pigmented, so you can definitely build up that color. And then I'm going to take a flat concealer brush with that same concealer that I used for under my eyes, and I'm just going to clean up my brows a little bit. I love the way this looks. It makes them look super symmetrical and just very well done, because sometimes you go over the lines with a pencil and that's totally fine because concealer is a lifesaver. Then I'm going to take this clear mascara by Wet n Wild and set my brow hairs, and then curl my lashes really well using the NYX Lash Curler. Then with the Pixi by Petra mascara, this is the Lash Booster Mascara in black. I really like this. It is a little bit waterproof, so it's hard to take off, which I don't really like for everyday use, but I love the mascara. Then with this lower lash mascara by Pixi, it is my favorite mascara of all time. I think I've used it a good like 5 times and I just can't get enough of it. It's so good for the lower lashes. Then with the NYX Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie, I'm just going to put that over my lips. Usually in high school, I would only ever wear chapstick just because I didn't like to deal with lipsticks. But this is the finished look. It's very simple and very wearable for every day. Now on to the more dramatic makeup look. I'm just going to take that bronzer that I used on my face earlier and just swipe it into my crease to add a little bit of dimension, and also bring it down to my lower lash line just to darken up the look a little bit. And then I'm going to take that cheek highlighter that I used and put it on my lid and my inner tear ducts. Then taking the Eye Booster Liquid Liner by Physicians Formula, which is my favorite liquid liner from the drugstore. It's exactly like the Kat Von D tattoo eyeliner. It's so good. I'm just going to create a small winged liner. I would do this in high school, but I was not as good as I am now with winged liner. It definitely took practice, and it didn't look as sharp as it does now, but just keep practicing and you will get your winged liner down to a T, I promise. And then I'm going to clean it up with a little bit of concealer. And then I would always take a colored eyeliner and put it on the inner rim of my lower lash line just to add a pop of color. I still do this all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do, just to bring a little bit of color to the look. And I'm just using this purple liner by NYX. And yeah, I would always use blue, green, sometimes I would even use like yellow. I would do anything, and it just really brings life to the look. Then I'm going to add the Istanbul matte lipstick by NYX, just to give you guys a little bit of an option. I would never really wear lipstick to school, but it's always an option. And this is the finished look for the more dramatic look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video for back to school makeup looks. You can do anything you really want to do. This is just an example of quick and easy and affordable makeup looks for you guys to do in high school, middle school, elementary school, whatever it is. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys!
You will see.